When Elspeth Rioch was accused of being a witch in 1616, she confessed that she'd been given the power of second sight by two men who had come from the fairy world, whom she had first met at the age of 12. Born in Caithness in the Scottish Highlands, Elspeth had been staying with an aunt on an island in Loch Aber. The fairy men, one dressed in black, the other in green, had approached her by the loch and told her she was pretty. The one in green told her he would show her how to know anything she wanted. He instructed her to boil an egg every Sunday for 3 weeks, to collect the condensation in her hands and rub it into her eyes. She did so, and developed the power of second sight, after which she earned a small income, wandering round her local area, advising folk, discerning pregnancies, and performing healing rituals with herbs. However, Elspeth's relationship with the man in black who had come to act as her spirit guide soon started to sour. Not only were they having sex, but he was also controlling and abusive towards her. He told her that in return for the gifts he'd given her, he would take away her power of speech, whereupon she became largely non-verbal. Elspeth was only 14 when, unmarried, she had her first child, and later she had another by a different man. Elspeth's brother, angry that she refused or was unable to speak, beat her with a bridle, tied a bowstring round her head to torture her, then dragged her to church and prayed for her. Unsurprisingly, those tactics failed to cure her.
Call us suspicious, but the stories she told and her subsequent refusal to speak sound very much like the processing of trauma.
Accused of witchcraft in March 1616, Elspeth was brought to trial in Kirkwall in Orkney, where she confessed that she had met with the devil several times in his guise as a fairy. She was also accused of deception by feigning muteness. Found guilty, she was sentenced to death by strangulation, and her body burned that afternoon. Fairies, witches, the devil. This tale may seem nonsensical to modern ears, but in order to understand the period between the 16th and 18th centuries in Scotland, we must embrace a fundamental truth of that epoch. Magic was real. This belief was entirely mainstream. More than mainstream, it was entirely accepted as fact. The sale of magical services was commonplace, and purveyors could be sued if the magic didn't work. Both good and bad magic were believed to exist, and it was an incontrovertible fact that the devil was real. He could take human form, have carnal connections with his choice of women, and throw wild parties complete with bountiful buffets, drink and debauchery. He could infiltrate your mind with intrusive thoughts, take over your body to do his evil business, and change into whatever animal he pleased. He could use his magic to trick and deceive, to prey on the godly and ungodly alike. Most importantly for us, he could promise foolish women their heart's desire, only to lure them to his dominion as witches.